they'll get it like the lab. I just like getting the money from the state, but it's tax money, so. It'll be fun.
I'll call this meeting of the Delta Township Board to order. Will board members and guests please rise for the pledge of allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Madam Clerk, will you please call the roll?
Trustee Bowen,
Here.
trustee Brewer. Present. Trustee Cascarella,
Present.
trustee Monica. Here. Treasurer Peterwell.
Here.
Clerk Parker's present, supervisor.
Here. Thank you. We have the agenda before us in addition to deletions or motion to approve. And
Move to approve the agenda as presented.
is there support?
Support.
There is support. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, say nay. Motion carries. We have a public hearing. We open the public hearing on the request for a noise ordinance waiver by Tanzay Carter. So the public hearing is open. Is there anybody here in the audience who'd like to speak on that topic this evening? Seeing none, I'll close the public hearing. I'll move that the Township Board approve the request by Tanzay Carter for a waiver of the noise ordinance.
Wait, you do have.
You didn't come. Oh, yes.
All right, I couldn't get my hand up quick enough. First time at a township board meeting, so happy to be here. Bear with me while I catch on to a few things. So this is, item 6.1, Roman numeral 6.1, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, so it doesn't say where this is located.
It's located at, 2908 Appaloosa Way,
2908 what?
Appaloosa Way.
Oh, okay.
Do you live there on that street?
No, I'm gonna have to look it up on maps, so I don't know.
Oh, okay. Any other public comment? Seeing none, I'll take.
Just for future reference, if you click on the agenda on the webpage, it'll take you to all the supporting documentation on the
Oh,
item.
I will normally do that today, I just did not have time, so.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure that you knew it was available.
Yeah, I know it is, I just didn't have time today, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Okay, well, I'll move that the Delta Township Board approve the request by the Tanzay Carter for a waiver of the noise ordinance between the hours of 4 p.m. and 10 p.m. on August 31st, 2024 for the purpose of holding a private party. Is there support? There's support. Any discussion?
Yes.
Yes.
Just a question, was there any comments that came in the mail? or
No,
anything?
we didn't receive anything.
Any other discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say nay. Motion carries. Public comment. Any other public comment today from any topic this evening? Opportunity for public comment? Okay, we'll continue then with the agenda down to the consent agenda. I'll move forward on the consent agenda.
I move the consent agenda as presented.
Been moved by Fonda, supported by Karen. Is there any, no discussion? Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Trustee Brewer,
Yes.
trustee Monica,
Yes.
trustee Bowen,
Yes.
trustee Cascarella,
Yes.
treasurer Peterwell,
Yes.
clerk Parker's yes, supervisor.
Yes. Thank you, Madam Clerk. We'll move to the new items of business and number 9, the water infrastructure grant agreement amendment. And the manager office recommends that we approve this. Andrea.
Move that Delta Township Board approve the water infrastructure grant agreement amendment between the Michigan Department of Environment, Great Lakes and Energy and Delta Township. And authorize the township manager to sign the agreement.
Thank you.
Second.
Supported by Beth. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say nay. Motion carries. Right, manager's report.
Thank you, Mr. Supervisor and board members. Just a couple of things. One, I just wanted to congratulate Marcus on a successful fireworks again this year. I thought they went off really well. And additional thanks to Chief Ginnebaugh and Preston and his team. So really strong public safety showing to keep everybody safe. And it's a obviously a very large crowd outside of Sharp Park and sometimes in Sharp Park, but very few problems this year. So appreciate everybody's efforts on that, and had a lot of very good comments about the fireworks show this year. So St. Joe progress continues. We're getting pretty close to a milestone where they'll be paving a portion, about a half mile of pathway, let's say they're from Kreitz down about a half mile. So that'll be a very visible, tangible milestone to see. So they'll pave that pathway in about 4 different sections, trying to keep up with the water main. We do, as I reported in the manager's minute, we do have 17 applications for the home repair, Vista home repair program. So CAP is currently working with those applicants to complete their applications and follow up with information that's needed on those.
If I may, real quick, a question on that. Do you know offhand kind of roughly what the average is for those requests?
Don't.
Okay, I was just curious.
In terms of what they're looking to do.
Well, and the cost to do the improvements that are needed.
So this initial phase is just for eligibility. So all
Oh,
they're
gotcha.
submitting at this point is their documentation to determine that they're eligible for the program. The
Okay.
next step is when they go out to the site to evaluate
Okay.
projects needed. Yep.
Thanks for clarifying.
Last but not least, this Wednesday, our BSNA goes down as we transition to the BSNA cloud, which will go live next week on July 15th. So a lot of nervous people in the building. BSNA is a backbone for a lot of our different departments and database that we use, but this will give us a lot of new tools. Keep your fingers crossed. We've done a lot of planning and preparation for this, but it's always very nerve wracking when you have payroll and utility billing and all of our inspections and that type of thing. So I'm sure it will go very well. That's all I have. I'm happy.
You know, the vendors all say it's gonna be seamless, so you shouldn't worry at all. The other day though, I was looking on the website and I was trying to access the parcel map that we've had, that, you know, you can zoom in on, you can identify individual parcels and it has some, you know, some of the basic property information associated with that. I know it's a BSA based database. I couldn't find it anywhere. I don't know if it's hidden somewhere or if there's not an intent to continue that or not. If you don't know the answer, I'd appreciate you get back.
Yeah.
I know Ted and I were trying to do it today and it wouldn't load.
I couldn't even
All
find the clip.
of the way.
I couldn't even find the highlight to it.
I don't know, I was in his office, so he
Yeah.
found it. I don't know how, I don't
Dennis,
know where it
it's one of
was,
those icons.
but I know it wouldn't load.
There's multiple icons. I clicked
So-
on several.
In that strip of icons that runs across the top of the page, it moves back and forth. There are 6 icons. So all you do is click that arrow, it will take you right to mapping. It should take you.
Let's take a second look at it then.
I have, Mr. Supervisor, but happy to answer any other questions.
Any other questions for Brian? Okay. Mary wanted to talk a few minutes about the robbery of the mail and the absentee ballot that was included.
I just want to bring you up to date as a board so that if you get questions, you understand how it had to happen internally for the ballot portion of it. And first acknowledge Preston and his crew for a fabulous job of bringing this to an end. So it brings a whole nother level to the mail thefts because there was a ballot involved. It's a federal offense to tamper with election mail, and with a 5-year, it's a felony. So it's, I talked to Prosecutor Ward this morning and they're moving forward with that ballot election mail issue with among the other charges. And I had brought this bureau into the loop last Wednesday when we had some issues of a condo subdivision that had their, mail stolen, and someone found some of it in the Ramada Hotel parking lot and had brought it in to us. There wasn't, a ballot in that, but Preston sent someone and they got on that right away. And then, so I brought because we put out the message to not put your mail in the mailbox overnight. And, we have a lot of Bureau of Election employees in the township who would have gotten that email, and I thought, so, because we encourage them to put their ballot directly in a US post office or bring it to one of the drop boxes. So they were in the loop, so when I found out there was a ballot in the 1,000+ pieces that they found, I notified the state. And, it is evidence in those charges, and the policy is to the chain of custody is broken. Anyway, from the voter to the post office to us. And so, on their advice, I drafted kind of a scenario of what happened and what our actions were. And, called her. She happened to be a 85-year-old, woman. And so, I talked to her, explained what needed to happen, and I took her a new ballot this afternoon, and she wanted to vote it, wanted me to wait and vote it and give it back to me then, which was fine. So that's where we are. And the detective talked to me again, and there were no other ballots in that card of mail that they found. So it was just the one, and we've taken care of it, and the Bureau's in the loop, and voter understands everything, and we're all good, so. It was
Do
all
they think
taken care
there's
of.
more mail that might have been stolen, or is that?
Well, I think Preston could address that. I think it's been going on for a while.
I've been seeing it in the next door neighbor email alerts.
There's always that possibility. As far as these specific to, time will tell. Search warrants are being done on the phone, so the suspects to kind of dig a little farther to see how much more there may be. They may leave that down, looking at a hotel that they might have had where they possibly could be staying. And just checking the area. It'll depend on what we hear back from residents as well. And it could be other agencies. We've kind of set that out. We've actually heard back from Calhoun County. So it's gonna take some time to really figure all that out, but really the tough part's done.
Yeah, thank you for taking care of that so quickly.
Lieutenant, I have a question, and I know it's a supposition, but what do you think the motivation is for these people to do this? I mean, is.
Easy money,
From
Convenience.
what source though?
checks, rebates.
Rebates.
Yeah, identity, Menards rebates.
Yeah,
I mean, it's a phishing technique. That's all they're doing. They're checking every mailbox and phishing, looking for whatever they can get. So, driver's license, if they can find that and find something that kind of matches their identity, then they can use that to open an account.
true.
And then as soon as they open that account at a bank, they put $5 in that account. Then they submit their fraudulent checks that they just altered, deposit that, and then immediately get the cash from that. Well, 3 days later, the bank finds out it's fraudulent. It's too late. They already have the cash.
Well, I was a victim of that last year. I understand that. I was getting ready to go on an international trip, and the day before I was gonna leave, I get a notification from the credit union that someone had opened an account for $5,
Exactly.
claimed that I was their uncle,
Yes.
and tried to withdraw $17,000.
Fortunately, our banks are getting better around here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Made all the trips. Lackey just a couple weeks ago tipped us off, and we were able to catch another suspect that stole mail up in St. John's. So they're getting better with it, working with us. Unfortunately, that's how it is with a lot of crimes, is we're playing catch up.
still had to cancel all the accounts and establish new ones, you know, so.
But I do appreciate your
Sure.
team. They did a good job.
So if any citizens suspect that their mail has been tampered with, they should call the non-emergency line.
Yes.
Because we had a lady come in, a PNC sent her down. And Lieutenant sent someone over to speak with her because they had taken, she had put a check outgoing mail as a birthday gift. And they had altered the amount and who it was payable to, and the bank had cashed it because at that point, nobody sees them.
We have the same thing happen with a tax check. Same
Yeah.
exact thing over on Dillon Circle.
Just a final administrative question, Lieutenant. Does this fall under the jurisdiction of the Economic Crimes Unit?
Not my problem. We caught the bad guy, they go to the prosecutor.
All right. Sure, we'll get clarification.
Any other questions for anybody? Okay, great. Any other board comments and other topics? Any final public comment this evening? Any public comment this evening? Well, seeing none, and seeing no further business before. Out of record.